This video was suggested by VIP Patreon Ryan. Click the link in the description to become a patron today and get your suggestions turned into a future video as well. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Ah yes, abandoned coasters. Something so mysterious and eerily cool that thousands of people travel every year to find and explore the remaining ones. And what better to cover in today's video than the king of abandoned coasters itself, a multi-manufacturer build that was relocated, operational, missing, abandoned, yet nobody seems to talk about it currently, and it seemingly disappeared into non-existence just a few years ago. That being said, the stories and history behind the ride that led it through all these phases was just so awesome and fascinating that I couldn't help but share it with you guys today. Not only that, the thing was an extremely intense 5G experience that made it the most intense coaster in its country when it opened, and likewise was a rarity in and of itself given its wildly unique track design. So of course, what was it, and where did it come from? This is the story of Camelot Theme Park's Knightmare. Originally built in 1987 for the now defunct Portopia Land theme park in Kobe, Japan, Knightmare, then BMRX, was a dark indoor roller coaster built by Zierer, Schwarzkopf, and Werner Stengel that was surrounded by a massive mountain themed structure and took riders through a layout lasting just under 2 minutes. After 19 years of operation there, the coaster itself was later purchased by Camelot Theme Park of the UK after Portopia Land closed in March of 2006 before being dismantled and shipped off, where it was to be reconstructed at a later date. First, the 5 trains from BMRX arrived towards the end of the 2006 season, resulting in 3 of them being refurbished. Some of the steam train theming such as the funnel and headlights were removed from the front of the trains, and all 3 were painted differently, with one being partially maroon, purple, and the last partially green. The other 2 trains were stored at the park for spare parts. As for the rest of the ride, the track was put up and assembled relatively quickly at a cost of around $4 million, and was shortly opened to the public as Knightmare thereafter. To start, riders ascended a semi-spiral chain lift to its highest point of 87 feet before being dropped into an overbanked turn and experiencing a series of sharp twists, multiple helixes, and a near vertical bend dubbed the Psycho Drop, where riders would experience nearly 5 Gs of force and reach speeds of around 40 miles an hour. For reference, the B&M inverted Batman clones only pull about 4 Gs, and it had the highest G-force of any roller coaster in the country at the time of its opening. Furthermore, Knightmare is one of only 3 in the world, along with Jetline and Grona Lund, which is essentially a clone, and Lysa Bergbanen in Lysaberg, which has a custom layout. After struggling with low attendance though, business owners announced in November 2012 that Camelot Theme Park would be permanently closed after 29 years of operation, leaving the fate of Knightmare unknown, and for the next 8 years, it sat SBNO, abandoned. In this time, Camelot quickly became a bucket list destination for urban explorers, and as the years progressed, so did vandalism, and eventually, many of the attractions became deemed as unsalvageable. Then in 2020, Knightmare was discovered to be being dismantled in February of that same year, in hopes that the ride was being removed so that it could be refurbished and relocated. Upon further inspection, however, and based off of limited footage, it was clear the coaster was being demolished for good, and that was the end of that. Or so we thought. In March of 2015, despite footage of the ride being destroyed, internet rumors circulated throughout many roller coaster forums that Southport Pleasureland was planning to add Knightmare to its park. This came as a big surprise, though Pleasureland owner Norman Wallace quickly evaded any response and remained silent about it. Then 2 years later in 2017, the Blackpool Gazette reported in May the first public sighting of a Knightmare roller coaster train since Camelot's closure, after it had slipped off the back of a lorry transporting it and fell onto the middle of a road in Thornton. Still, Southport Pleasureland denied all rumors of their involvement with the coaster, despite photographic evidence of the trains and the final brake run being seen in park storage, stating in their response to a theme park news website that, quote, "We don't have it." As of now, that was the last we heard of it, and any progress with the attraction has yet to be confirmed. So to be quite honest with you, while I can't predict the future, I can sure talk about the past, and Knightmare has to be one of the coolest and most entertaining stories around to talk about in the roller coaster community. I mean, this thing has seen it all, and I would absolutely love to see it restored to its former glory, just based off of footage of it. That being said, I would be curious to know what you guys think. Could we see this attraction reopen sometime soon at Southport Pleasureland? I guess only time will tell. As always though, it's been a major pleasure creating new content for all of you, and if you enjoyed the content in today's video, please feel free to like and subscribe to help us out. It seriously really boosts the quality of our videos, so any support given in that regard would be a huge help. Anyways though, stay tuned for another video coming in a couple days. But until then, that's all I got for you today, and we'll see you all there. See ya!